Okay, welcome back, guys. So carrying on from where we left off. So let me just show you guys. I made a minor adjustment on this part of the cheek of the jaw. So I just filled that up with clay brush and then smoothed that back down. So that's why we have something like this now. So if you're wondering why yours looks slightly different from mine, so that's just what I did. Just that, and I just smoothed that back down. So yeah, so we can carry on now. So I want to let's see. Let's see. Okay. So there's something here. Let me just break this up. Let me just fix something like so. Yeah, and then I'll use my clay brush. Fill this up. Okay. Fill this up. Take this intensity down. Fill this up. Think I can smooth this back. Okay, let me fill this up some more. I can smooth. No, the intensity is too much. Let me take down the smooth intensity, and I'll smooth this back down like so. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, for the neck. Let me just quickly do something for the neck part. Let me just quickly block something in here. Nothing too fancy. So I'm going to use the reference image on the right hand side. Just kind of block things out. Nothing too complicated actually. So let me just block things out like so. Basically just putting indentation in there and then just smoothing those out. That's basically what I'm doing. Following the reference image on the right hand side. So the reason I'm adding this because this looks realistic. I don't have any anatomical reference image like before, but looking at the way it is on the reference image, that looks quite good and it feels realistic. So that's what I'm just adding those in here in my model too. So now smooth that back down. Okay. Let's see. Put some indentation in here and smooth that back down. And check this from the side. No, that feels off. That feels weird. Let me block this back out even more like so. Now blend that back in. Yeah, I think this is pretty much there. Let me put something like so and smooth this back down. Dig in like so, smooth this back out. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Nothing else. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Nothing else. Nothing else. Let's see. What can we adjust in here? I might just start adding some wrinkles in here, but I have a few ideas in mind. I don't know if that will work, though I watched the tutorial and then it showed me that it worked, so I'm going to be trying that later on. But creating a new layer, let me name this Imperfection. Bombs Imperfection. Okay. So I have a few text ideas in mind that I would like to try out. I don't know if that will work, but if it works, cool. But if it doesn't, no problem. We can there are always ways around these things. But I hope it works. I hope it works. If it doesn't work, we'll just find a way. We'll just find a way around it and kind of make it work somehow. But first of all, let me create some kind of for the eye now. Let me kind of see if I can zoom in here. Some kind of wrinkles for the eye. So I use this damn standard brush, kind of block that in. We're already getting close to where we can start adding skin, pores, detail in here, texture details in here. But we're already adding texture details already in here. We're basically blocking out the texture details now. because the head is going to be the part that's going to be more visible. So I'm going to block things out even more. Add some more details, some nice skin pore details on the head. And for the hand also, because the hand is going to be visible. So I'm going to add more details there also. But for the chest parts and the legs and the torso, at least the arm and the torso, I don't think we'll be adding so much detail in there because those parts are not going to be seen in our final render. But we're still going to add some fair amount of details in there actually, so it doesn't feel too flat. And probably add some veins around the arm just to break the symmetrical look of it. Kind of add some more fleshiness to it too. If you guys get the idea. Like I always say, whenever you're adding wrinkles, try to avoid drawing straight lines. Always try to avoid drawing straight lines. It needs to have some kind of curve to it. Probably like some kind of almost C imperfect, is an imperfect C curve or an imperfect S curve in there. But always try to avoid drawing straight lines because I want to make this, and this is not hard surface, so this is more like an organic sculpt. So we need to kind of add some organic organic wrinkles in there also. Let me undo that. Let me make this view better. Something like nope, nope. I don't think that will work. Okay, okay, okay. We can leave this. It's not going to be too obvious in our render though. So I'm going to let me see. I'm still kind of no. That's very correct. I'm still kind of ring around that eye, like sort of thickness around the eye in the middle part of the eye. So I'm just kind of implement that. Not too aggressive though. Something like so. Something like that should be fine. Then I'll do an inverse of that and just dig in like so. That should be fine, at least for this side of the eye. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. So let me use the pinch brush now. So I want to use the pinch brush, kind of tighten up these wrinkles, especially on the ends of the wrinkles, the ends and the beginnings of the wrinkles. I want to tighten those in some more. I'll do the same for the other side also. This one looks fine already, but let me just tighten it up a bit. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. For the neck, yeah, let's see for the neck. Let's add some kind of wrinkle detail in there for the neck. So I will turn using them standard brush. So I will turn on symmetry for this. So I'm going to go with for some of the lines. I'm going to go symmetrical on this, and I'm going to turn off symmetry later on. Okay. I think I can. Let me do this again, like so. You don't want to create too many for this actually. So I've turned off symmetry now, so I'm working symmetrically on this. I'm working asymmetrically on this now. Okay, I think that should be fine. I don't need too much. Okay, let's see. Let me see if I can find a detail somewhere that I can implement. Okay. Yeah, I'm seeing this indentation in there, just below the eyes. So let me try and recreate that. So I'll start by using the clay builder brush and kind of create some kind of squarish shape around there, an indentation, a squarish indentation there. Then I'm going to refine that with with them standard brush. Something like this should be fine. smooth that out. Then use this and create some more indentation there. And the them standard brush, I just dig in around it. Something like this should be fine. Yeah, I think something like this should be fine. This should work just fine. Okay, yeah. And just smooth this back out. Okay, let me see what else can we fix. Okay, I'm using the flip normals skin kits. So I'm kind of adding this spot brush. I'm going to use the drag rectangle for this. With the them standard brush, using the drag rectangle. Yes, drag rec. So I go to the highest subdivision level now. So I'm out of symmetry now. So I want to kind of create some kind of pimple or yes, yeah, tiny pimple imperfection on the face. Let me see. Let me draw something. Let me draw something out like so. No, that's way too tiny. I need to increase the intensity. Pick up the intensity. Undo that. I need to modify the alpha settings for this. So I'll go to alpha, modify, radial fade. I'll put this to around 10. Mid value should be around 45 to 50. In between that value, in between that is fine. So draw something like this. So let me just zoom in. Let me zoom in to see how detailed that is. It feels. I need more subdivision level to this. I need more subdivision level to this. So I have an idea actually. So we're going to be using the HD geometry for this. So this is the first time I'm using the HD geometry for this. So I'm not familiar with it, but let's just give this a try. So I've kind of watched some videos online to kind of figure out how to use this, but I've not tried this before. So let's try this and let's see what that will give me. Though I've already tried this and then I had some issues with this, but I found a way to make it work. So let me just walk you guys through the mistake I made and show you guys a solution for this. So initially, so the idea right now is that I'm trying to isolate just the part I need more subdivision on. Because the HD geometry allows you to add more like a background subdivision level that is not directly applied to the model, but more like a background subdivision level that does not weigh too much on your RAM, but it gives you that freedom to kind of add those detailed 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 information or details on your sculpt without having to stress out or strain your RAM. Unlike when you're adding the subdivision directly on the model from the geometries menu. So the HD geometry allows you to add more subdivision in the background and allows you to sculpt more details with more subdivision level, but it not directly weighing on your RAM. So what I'm trying to do here is actually trying to separate this out. So I want just the torso to be visible. So I can use the HD geometry on just the torso only. So I'm trying to separate out this by creating two polygroups, one for the leg and one and different types for the different type of polygroups, or leaving the polygroup that is already in there for the torso the way it is right now. I'm going to leave this. So this is the only part I want my HD geometry to be affecting. But the thing with the HD geometry is that on the tutorial I watch online, you can actually work on just the visible polygroups you have in here on the HD geometry. But I realized that while I was trying to do that for the polygroup that are only visible on the viewports while hiding the others, I realized that it was not working the way I intended to work. So let me just take a pause and just show you guys how to go about this. So you need to be on the highest subdivision level for your on your model. Then once you're on the highest subdivision level, then you can divide. So I just divided twice. So you can see now that I've divided this twice, and the total active points is 132 million polygons. But the active points for just this my model only is around 8 million points. So, but the active point is the main thing you should be paying more attention to. So on the background, I have like an additional, I think 120 something million polygons at the background, which is not completely active points right now, but just on the background because of this HD geometry. So I'm kind of inverting. I want to invert the selection now just to review this. So I want to just have my HD geometry affect only this. So clicking on Sculpt HD. So it's kind of preview your entire model just to take you to the HD geometry viewports, if I should use that word. So as soon as this is finished loading up now, it should be on the viewport for the HD geometry. So what I was trying to do now is to kind of sculpt on just this only. Because the next thing you're supposed to do now is to put your mouse cursor on the model, any part of the model you want the HD geometry to affect, and then you hit A on the keyboard or you click on Sculpt HD. So that will kind of add more resolution, or better said, that will add more, yes, that will add more polygon resolution to that particular part that your mouse cursor is. But it's going to add that in a kind of radial marks, around it. But I initially do not want that. I just wanted it to be affecting just what is visible, which is just the torso. But unfortunately, I could not get this to work. I'm probably doing something wrong. So I'm trying to do this now, but it's not affecting it because I'm supposed to put my mouse cursor on the model and then hit A on the keyboard. So I'm basically showing you guys the mistake I made and how to go around it, so in case you're having similar issues, you know how to fix that. So I went back. I was basically trying to figure out how to make this to work, and that's why I'm explaining all of this, so you guys can understand the regions where I had the parts where I had issues on, so you guys will kind of avoid that, or you can easily go online and then look for better solutions, and then that will kind of help you make this work. So now I'm kind of reading this, telling me to kind of put my mouse cursor on a particular region and hit A on the keyboard, just to make that region active and then have those polygons, more resolution in there. So it should take a moment. So as you can see now, just having a radial effect on just that collarbone, which is basically telling me that the only part now that has more resolution. If you notice now on the active point, where we can see 22 million polygons now. So this active point now is just that part that is unmasked, which is not what I want. So this is me looking for ways to kind of get this to work properly, which unfortunately I could not. But I found another way to kind of make this kind of work to almost similar to what I was looking for, though, but not exactly what I want. Sorry. So this is me trying this out again. I'm probably doing something wrong. So I kind of put my mouse cursor on the abs, and then I hit A. So if you notice again now, we have a radial selection on the part that is showing your poly groups is where you have active points right now. That's the only part, and that's the only part that'll be taking that will be having more resolution for you to sculpt in. The other part will be having the original resolution polygon or polygon count, which you add on the geometry menu. So same effect now. So now this is, I turn on solo mode. So once you hit solo, you're gonna slowly make the active radial selection active for you to kind of sculpt your details in there, which is not what I want. So this is me just repeating the steps again. Probably maybe I'm doing something wrong, but I keep having the same issue. So this is me turning on the sculpt HD now, but my mouse cursor is not directly on the model or on the region where I want to be maxed out. Just trying to figure out if this will work. So let me just show you guys a workaround for this. So I had an idea. The idea basically is not to hide. Is not to hide. Though yeah, I'm hiding this. I'm hiding some parts of the model. But the idea is that you do not hide any part of the model. Just put your mouse cursor on the chest region, and then while still on geometry, you just hit A on the keyboard. So I made a mistake here. So what you should actually do is that, let me repeat that again. Do not hide any part of your model. Leave the full body of the model. Then put your mouse cursor on the chest region and then hit A on the keyboard. So I keep making the same mistake. So just so yeah, something like this now. So let me repeat what I did. Leave the entire model the way it is, the full body. Then put your mouse cursor on the chest region and then hit A on the keyboard. So that will kind of make a radial selection, but you have to make sure your solo mode is turned on. So this will make like a radial selection around that part. And when I did that, it kind of made a good selection for me, thereby keeping the head itself, which is the actual place I want to kind of have more details in there. So now that I have this, I just went in there and begin to use the bump the alpha on the model. But I would still advise you guys to go. But if your system can, you see, if your PC can actually handle higher polygon count, I would just advise you guys to just add more subdivision level to the main from the geometry menu itself. So you can actually add some details on top of this instead of going all the way to using the HD geometry that does not have so many features, too many buttons or features to kind of control and have more precision around your model. So let me just test this now. So now I have active point on this now, which is around 60 million polygons. So this is just me now kind of dragging out this imperfection around the model. So I'm not going to show you guys the entire process because this does take too much time. So basically look for a reference that you can just use to kind of add imperfection around the head, more like pimple details around the head. It doesn't need to be accurate, just patches here and there. And then I'll see you guys in the next lesson when I'm done with this. Bye for now.